This wooden crate is carrying precious cargo. A young bald eagle ready to be set free. When she was struck on a highway, Tom Knight came to the rescue.
Put it in the back seat. It was Tom like a pet for the ride.
The eagle was treated for a broken wing at the Ware and Hopkinton Animal Hospitals. During surgery, a pin stabilized the bone. 4 months of recovery followed. Coordinating the care, Henniker's Wings of the Dawn Wildlife Rehabilitation Center and its director, Maria Colby.
This past year, I had 8 juvenile eagles here at Wings that we took in, and it was an incredible sight to see all these eagle chicks that happened to be injured or their nest came down and they were too young to put back. So it was really an exciting, busy time here.
You guys saved the day. Oh, I'm going to get goosebumps.
Well, yeah, it started with you.
Yeah.
Without you picking them up, he probably would have never made it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did great. That was a good first flight.
Chris Martin, a wildlife biologist with New Hampshire Audubon, says efforts like this have helped the eagle population soar in the Granite State. 40 years ago, you wouldn't find them here.
It's only old folks like me now that think about the day when it was, exceptional to see a bald eagle. Kids now that are growing up almost think nothing of it because eagles are common sights if they live anywhere near water.
Once endangered, today there are about 80 territorial pairs in New Hampshire. Nests on some rivers are just a few miles apart, and more eaglets hatched over the past couple of years than ever before. It's due to conservation efforts like a ban on the pesticide DDT. Shields placed on trees keep predators away from eggs, and the state is also tagging eagles.
I see birds that I handled as a chick when it was, couldn't even fly. We're putting an ID tag on it. 5 or 6 or 10 years later, we find that it's nesting maybe 50 or 80 miles from where it was raised. And that's just tremendously exciting.
Capturing the eagle explosion in the state, photographers like local radio host Greg Kretschmar of Greg in the Morning Buzz.
It flew over me and it had a wingspan that I couldn't even believe. It was easily 6.5 feet. It was monstrous, and it flew so low over me. And I had my camera at the time. I heard the wings move, and I'd never seen anything. It took my breath away. They are majestic birds, and their behaviors are just like humans in a lot of ways. They are caring to each other. They dote on each other. They argue. It sounds weird to say, but I've seen it too many times where they'll bicker, and then one of them, leans over and gives the other one a peck on the cheek, and it's great to watch.
Animals should be on the lookout too, or they'll lose out, like this otter. There goes lunch to what many call the king of the birds. Which way did he go?
You've taken some amazing pictures of the eagles in New Hampshire.
These Granite Staters have been sharing impressive shots on our WMUR Facebook page.
Sitting on the eggs to raising the young, and then watching the young fledge and fly off and hang around. And it's amazing to watch them bring in food for the babies and teach the babies how to do what they need to do. From a wildlife observer, it was really an amazing thing to watch the life cycle happen right before your eyes.
18 years old, I got my Eagle Scout. So it's always been something I notice. And, the birds aren't small. They're 6 foot wingspan, and being 6'3", it's a really big wingspan to be above you, flying and soaring. And I think there's a bit of awe to it. As a kid, I think we drove an hour and a half to see a golden eagle once. And then to start seeing bald eagles more and more over the years, it's been a blessing.
When they're about a couple hundred feet up in the air and they can spot a fish through the glare of the water, and they can come down so fast reach right in and yank that fish right out of the water. Now, all of us, if we were to try to grab one, even being near the water, there's no way we're going to catch them. I mean, they just have a determination to survive.
Documenting these birds in photos has become a passion for many.
I just watched, and it was the most exciting time of my life for me to see that eagle swoop down, get that squirrel, rip it to shreds, fly away with it, blood and guts dripping everywhere, which sounds gross to a lot of people and inappropriate, but it's the circle of life. It's amazing. My heart is still so swelled with joy that I got something like that I can treasure for my entire life.
It's about enjoying them from a distance, not getting in their way and disrupting them.
That's wonderful. That's the best we could hope for.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Watching another eagle recover and take flight is a hopeful sight for the future of this once endangered bird now thriving, a national symbol of resilience.